Good morning, Erin Church of the Nazarene family. It's Pastor Daniel here. I hope you're having a great Monday. It is a gorgeous day out here, and I hope you've been able to enjoy it thus far. I want to make sure you're aware, you probably noticed during our Sunday morning service that we announced we intend to be back in-house on May 17. Now, it'll look a little bit different. I want you to know we'll only have two services that morning. It'll be a 9 o'clock contemporary style service, and then an 11 o'clock more traditional service. If you and your family have decided that you're about ready to join back into corporate worship and you feel so led to do so, we'd love to have you back on that Sunday morning. Now, a few things look different, and one of those things you'll notice here in a moment. When we go down these steps, you'll see a lot of renovations and remodeling have been taking place while we've been gone, and there's still some remnants of that taking place, so overlook the little bit of things that are still left out of place. I promise you by Sunday morning, we'll be ready for you. You'll probably notice as you watch that sped up portion of the video that our glass door was open when we walked through, actually propped open, and that's because that's what you'll see on Sunday morning when you arrive. You see, there are going to be several things that we're doing precautionary to make sure that we're being as responsible as possible and still adhering to some of the social distancing suggestions that our state has. And so one of those things is our top door, where our main parking lot is, will be left open, and you're welcome to walk in. You'll find a container of hand sanitizer there. We'd encourage you to use that. You're welcome to walk in. If you feel so led to wear a mask, you're welcome to do that. But know that we're not requiring that in order to be in church on that Sunday morning. When you walk in on that May 17th and come into the sanctuary, we'd like to encourage you and your family to sit in family units. We'll still adhere to the social distancing suggestions, but we'll be doing so as family groups. And so as you walk in and find a place to sit, we'd appreciate you adhering to those as well. Now, if at some point during those morning services, the 9 o'clock or the 11 o'clock, that our sanctuary becomes too crowded to be able to adhere to those suggestions, and at that point, we'll have the MC available, which is up to my right behind me, or the gymnasium. One of those will be available with the video being streamed directly to that place. Now, I know many of you who may not feel quite yet ready to jump back into corporate worship, that you still feel like you need to take those precautions very strongly, and we encourage you to continue to do so. You're welcome to watch these sermons online and actually the entire service online. We're going to Zoom those, and so you'll be able to watch those live, and we'll make that link available later in the week. We'll also record it on YouTube so that in the early afternoon of May 17th, we'll be able to upload that video and you'll be able to watch that afternoon as well. So any of those options that seem best to you, we would encourage you to do. You'll also notice that our schedule for the morning has a 9 o'clock and an 11 o'clock, and our service will likely only be about an hour long. So there's about an hour built in, a full 30 minutes built in, and that gives us a chance to be able to go above and beyond our standard cleaning protocol, sanitation, and disinfecting that we normally do in the middle of the week. We'll be doing that between services this week so that we, again, decrease the likelihood of being able to pass any illnesses from one to the other, trying our best to both provide an opportunity for people to be in worship and also to be responsible as we do so. You'll notice a couple of other things that will look different as well. Likely we will forego our standard shaking of hands and hugging necks and those sorts of things, at least for the next several weeks to follow. We'll make decisions as to when to re-implement those things as we move forward. Offering will look different as well. We'll likely be dropping off our offering in offering plates up at the communion table, up at the front, the very end of services. We'd encourage you to continue, as many of you have. You've mailed your tithe and offering in. You've used the PayPal option. We'd encourage you to continue to do those things, but just know that when we participate in services here, we're going to do so precautionary as possible. We're going to do so hoping to do this responsibly in such a way that you and your family can be a part of worship, but that you can also participate in a variety of ways. We'd encourage you this next week, or rather the next 2 weeks. You see, from the time of this recording, it'll be about 2 weeks before we're in-house on that May 17 date. We'd encourage you and your family to spend time in prayer, thinking about when is the right time for you and your immediate family to join back into corporate worship. If that's May 17, we'll look forward to seeing you on that morning. if that's not sometime until June or maybe even July, we trust that you are praying through and doing what you feel is best for your family, and we encourage you to do that. Whether you decide to participate live and in person here on that Sunday morning and from that Sunday forward, or you take a few more weeks to distance and to watch those videos, those sermons and worship times online, we encourage you to do whichever you feel led to do. We love you this morning. I pray all is well with you and your family. And whether it be May 17, June, July, or August, I look forward to seeing you back in the house of the Lord. God bless.